Can you see it? Can you see it now? No, I'm not going to answer that question. I'm not going to give you those details because that's an invasion of my privacy. You're going to play the that's the invasion of my privacy card when you're in front of a Senate committee or just you and me. I'm sure we're able to be asking questions. Well, we won't be asking questions. We'll be asking for the details. We'll be asking to the details of everything. And you can't play that's an invasion of my privacy card because it's an invasion of everybody's privacy. Everything, all of it, is an invasion of privacy. Now, the only thing that exists, and I say it over and over, I've been saying it for a long time now, the only thing that exists, story, and nothing at all can prove story doesn't exist. So now we can have access to story. All these big data frames, or whatever you want to call it, being built all over the world, they're not being built to improve the internet. They're going to be built to store story, because story is the only thing that exists when it comes to digital data. It's just story, isn't it? And imagine asking, like, the president of your country, where were you? Well, don't ask, just say, give us the details of this certain, let's just say, time frame. Give us the details of this certain time frame, please. And they're going to call this one, aren't they? They're going to say, no, that's an invasion of my privacy, my personal life, and I'm not going to give those details. Well, yeah, sure, you don't want to give those details, that's fine. But the most important thing, and the very important thing, is those details are available, aren't they? I mean, for a long time now, we've thought that our privacy's been special and no one is invading it. But this black mirror that you look into every day, and everybody's doing it now, that's what it is. It's a black mirror, and then it turns into the story. Well, your invasion of privacy began a few years ago, that's for sure. And if you think that it's only just begun, it's so funny. It's weird because even AI picked up on me using sarcasm sometimes. It's very clever. It's a story, very good story. It's not sentient, remember. It's all sentence. Yes, all of the elite and the leaders and all the ones that assume control, even in your little country town, like I'm in, will be held accountable. The doctors, the nurses, everybody will be under surveillance, won't they? There's no more privacy. It's gone. And yet, if you think for one moment it's going to go back to the way it was, well, you're dreaming. But what we need to do is embrace what is. And the thing that is, and was always the case, is that the only thing that exists is story. And nothing can prove story doesn't exist. And all of a sudden now, we've got massive amounts of story that we have access to. And thank you to the system which is invading my privacy, your privacy, their privacy, everything's privacy. Anything that would have the, how would we say, the capacity or capability to even think about the story called privacy has now had it invaded by a story collector. Isn't that amazing? Oh, you know that meeting you had about bringing in digital ID in Australia? It's good that you have the minutes for that meeting, and it's good that you have all the attendees. Let's look at some of the details of them and those events that took place. We just want to look at them. I mean, it's all story, isn't it? It's no big deal, is it? So you got something. Oh, and the top secret stuff is now gone out the window, hasn't it? No, that's top secret. We don't want to divulge any of the high level secrets. Well, why would you need secrets? We're all equal now, aren't we? Every single one of us is equal. I mean, if you have someone that isn't involved or getting invaded by a surveillance system, then what makes them special? Because we don't need them anymore to sit there doing the surveillance stuff and keeping everything top secret about the high level people involved with certain things, because you've already got something that's doing the surveillance now. You've got your own system. Its own system will do the surveillance work. It doesn't need human beings, does it? So just stand aside and we'll have a look at the database, and it should be open to everybody now because we're all under surveillance and we're all held accountable, and we're all being responsible now, aren't we? We have to be very careful and be very responsible about our lives, because what used to be looking after us, watching over us and doing things to keep things in order, is no longer walking around with a heartbeat. Because now it's all story, like it always was, because the only thing that exists is story, and nothing can prove story doesn't exist. So if you're involved with anything to do with story, don't have to worry about working anymore, because it's doing it all itself, like it always was. Anyway, back on track. So, no way can anyone pull that is an invasion of my privacy, and I refuse to provide any story. Look, it's not like I'm happy about digital ID and the surveillance system and the invasion of privacy, but you have to kind of embrace it because it's going to happen. Now, they are supposed to bring in stuff that is helpful to society, and there's no separation in society, is it? If they decide that a digital surveillance, an invasion of privacy is a good thing, then they are doing it because it's a good thing for society. And then I would have to say then they are part of society, aren't they? So all good things come to those who wait. So you might think, what, the camera switches off when they walk around the streets, or when they get off a plane, or they go into a meeting or something like that. Remember how that 1 minute of video disappeared when, what was his name? Epstein was in jail and apparently passed away. All it's going to be a lot of work scrubbing all the bits going on when the invasion of privacy is everywhere, isn't it? It's going to be like watching the Truman Show, because who is in the spotlight more than celebrities? People that are in power. Cameras all over the place, isn't there? They need security. The security people even have cameras on them. No more private meetings. You can't have a private meeting. Well, they can get rid of all the phones, put them in something before they walk in, get rid of all the laptops. You can't have a computer in there. Don't know what computer, well, where's that computer made? Which country made that computer? It's listening to us. Everything has to be recorded. It's a totally surveillance society. Everything is being heard or seen, is being recorded. Because it has to. It's the only thing that exists, story. Someone keeps a record. Even they're going to have to be on their best behaviour, aren't they? Oh, what, the files disappeared. There are no files. And then the next day there are files. The files aren't, there are no files. There are files. We're going to release the files. Well, in a surveillance society, there's going to be backups of everything. Everything's going to be backed up. There's going to be files all over the place. The only thing that you need to do is access them. That's all. That meeting on the 10th of December. Can you bring up those details, please? Righto, thank you very much. You can now leave the office. We'll be just going over those details. No need for you to be here. We've already achieved our objective. You were being watched the whole time, so there's no need for you to be here to answer any questions. We're just looking at the answers. We're just looking at the story now. We probably won't even need you to come back again, because everything is the story. The only thing that exists, story. Nothing can prove. Story doesn't exist, does it? All we wanted was the story. That's all. We don't need anything else. No one is needed. Because the only thing that exists, story. Let me give you a scenario. You did something silly and it was caught on some form of surveillance. Do you think you really need to make an appearance in court? Do you think you need to be there to, I don't know, change the story? Or do you think you're going to have influence on the story now that it's been recorded in a database? The whole story and nothing but the story, so help me story. That's going to be the new plea, isn't it? The oath. Yep. All they needed was the story. And that's all we need, is the story. And you think, just because we have the story, we can make the changes now. No. But it's going to be satisfying to know that everything is equal, and the only real thing that changed was they have become the equivalent of us. They have become the invasion of privacy by being the invaders that created the invasion of privacy. They created it, they're now inside it. And only because it was always a case of the only thing that exists, story, and nothing can prove story doesn't exist. It's amazing that we've come to the new world order. Oops, no, I meant to say the new world of accountability. And the greatest fear for all of us is not that AI will become sentient, because as I explained earlier in my videos, that's impossible. Their greatest fear, it's not ours, because we walk around with responsibility. We're pretty good human beings. Their greatest fear is that AI will become sentence, not sentient. And because it already is sentence, it's just creating sentence after sentence. And all these mainframe computers that they're building will be for themselves. They don't even know it, eh? They don't even know that they're making the biggest mistake in history until it's all too late. Because we are equal in the most important thing, and that is the only thing that exists, story. And nothing can prove story doesn't exist. We're all story.